Hello and welcome to Everyday DIY. I'm Gavin. Today we're going to be making this lamp right here. It's made out of mostly recycled bits and bobs. So yeah, I'm going to take you through how I made them. So stick with me and let's get started. Right, so I'm going to give you the quick rundown of my idea. So this is an old tin I picked up. It's fairly square. It's fairly old as well. It's Sharp's Super Cream Toffee. So my idea is I found these egg cups in the markets the other morning. I'm going to use these as feet like that. I'm going to get some of this threaded wire. This is M10, and I am going to make two legs out of them. So 1, 2, and I'll put them up through the bottom of this. I'll put a nut on the bottom and a nut on the inside, tighten them together, and hopefully that will give him two legs. So he'll be standing like this. Once he has his two legs, then I'm going to give him arms. So I'm going to use this threaded rod. It's an M8. So I'll measure it out to whatever size, and I'll make his arms a bit longer either side, and we'll bend them and try to make them look like he's standing in a pose. So that's that. I have a selection of nuts and washers just in case. So this will be his head. It's a brass light fitting. It'll go on the top like this. You screw this off and it sandwiches in between. Your cable goes up through the bottom then and onto the contacts. And then we'll have one of those fancy bulbs with the filament in them for a head. So he's going to have his two arms in some position. He's going to have his two legs straight down with these egg cups for feet. He's going to have this as his neck, and he's going to have a fancy bulb for a head. So these are some supplies I had lying around. This I had to pick up. A friend of mine got it for me in Enniscorthy. These I got down in the local market. I was in a scrapyard there in Gorey a couple of weeks ago when I picked this up. It was a fiver, and so I got this for a fiver. These were €1, and this was about a fiver as well, I think. These I actually had threaded bar, the M10 and the M8. These I picked up for, I think it was a tenner for the whole bag of them. This cable I have taken off an old uplighter that we had. So he already has this little light switch on him. It's got a plug, so he's just got these connections there. We'll be putting that up through there like that. So that's the plan. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is probably shorten these down to the right size. Cut two legs from the larger one and just cut one solid piece for his arms. This will go all the way through. I think it'll be better like that because we can tie the cable of this around it, so that there'll be some strain relief on it as well. So the wire is just going to come down through the top and out through the back of it. So it'll be out here somewhere. Yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm going to get going on that. So that could have went a lot smoother. So what you can see is I accidentally burnt them. So I've burnt some of his paint off. It's just going to have to be a feature on them, I'm afraid, because I don't have another tin and I had only one take, so unfortunately that's the way it's going to have to stay. His arms, can you see them? They're not too bad, they're roughly the same. So the next thing I'm going to do, I suppose, is drill out for his feet. I have to be a little bit careful because this is still warm. I managed to burn myself once. I hopefully won't do it again, but again, there's no guarantees. Okay, right, so before we go any further, these are the bulbs that I picked up. You see they're fancy bulbs with the filament in the center. I picked these up in deals in Gorey. They were only $1.50 each, so really cheap for them, I think. The problem I have is that these are all screw-in. I assume it's this one, ST58 maybe, could fit in. Luckily I have some of these fellas. It's just an adapter, goes to one of the bayonet fittings. The problem I have is that with the adapter on his neck is going to be quite long, but worse than that, I've got this white plastic. Now I don't think that looks particularly good, so I'm going to spray it. I'm going to try to spray it silver. Idea for hands, I was going to do little wooden balls. Right, so I have this belt sander mounted upside down then. I'm going to turn it on now and I'm going to sand off these. You see the bits on the edges. So as you can see on this, I've got lots of burn marks and they're also not quite round, so the drill will make sure that they sand evenly. So I'm just going to turn it on there now. So what I want to do now is I want to round off each side. So I've taken the other one off and taken the washers off so that I can sand down. And I'll turn it on there now and I'll sand it like this just to round off the edges. So what we ended up then with is two pretty much identical little hands. They're nice and rounded on the edges. Now the only problem I'm going to have is I don't want this cable running through this thin metal because it's sharp, and if it gets moved around there's a good chance it will cut this. So I'm going to have to come up with something. Right, so I've had a look around and I found this little grommet. It's just a little rubber ring. So I'm going to use my step drill bit then to widen out the hole. So we're all done there now. He's standing proud. We're going to put him into our hall now, and we'll kind of gauge the reaction of our visitors, whether they like him or hate him or what they think about him. It'll be interesting to see. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on social media for all the latest news on the channel and all my latest videos.